Do I have a box of Mr. Noodles there? Yes. Mind your own business. Okay, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're new here, hello, welcome. If you're returning viewer, welcome back. I look so drawn out and tired here. I'm so sorry. But today we're going to do a bookish video. So we're going to do a library haul. First of all, I got this card. It's a 5-tier card. I love it so much. And it's got, apart from the Mr. Noodles, it's got my library books on it. Those are not all the library books. So first off, a caveat is that I get a lot of books from the library. It is my joy to do that, to support the library, to read from the library, to go to the library and just sit there and read or work or whatever. I love my library. And since I have moved, I have found that I love the library I go to as well. Because before I went to a different one. Anyways, that's not the point. Also, I'm getting a new library in my area, and I'm so excited for that. But it probably won't be here until like next year, 2027, somewhere around there. I'm not sure. But I'm very excited for that. Because I think if I have the area right, it's just down the street from me that they're going to be building it. Wouldn't that be amazing to have a library nearby? That'd be so cool. Anyways, okay. We're going to do library haul. So grab a cup of coffee, cup of tea, something to do like crochet, knitting, artwork, sewing, just sitting there twiddling your thumbs, whatever. No judgment, and let's get started. Okay, also there's another caveat. I forgot to finish my caveats. Oh my goodness, my caveats. First off, if you can hear somebody talking, I do have a roommate who's talking right now. I apologize. I did not realize she was talking at the moment, but she is. So I apologize if you can hear her. I don't think she's too loud, but another is, like I said, I get a lot of library books. I enjoy having a bunch. Is there a picture of Jesus there? Yes. I don't know where to put it. I want to put it up my... Oh, I'm getting off track. I'm so sorry. But I just noticed my picture of Jesus is there. You're welcome. Jesus loves you. Okay. I hope that doesn't bother anyone, because to me it's very glaringly obvious now that I notice it's there. We're moving on. Okay. What was I saying? If you're new here, this is how my videos go. I'm very scatterbrained and like a squirrel, you know, that kind of thing. So, if I were a dog, I mean, I would probably be a dog, because I would just go after the squirrels and deer and, you know. Anyways, as I was saying, I get a lot of library books. I tend to enjoy getting 40 or 50 books out at a time over a month or two. I enjoy just going every week and getting more books. I put books on hold through the library app and pick them up, the library website, pick them up, and I love doing that. It is my joy. So, do I have all these books? Yes. From the library? Yes. But I'm not going to read them all in a month, okay? Just so you know. I just like having choices, because I am ultimately a mood reader, and sometimes I just want a different book, and I just choose it. I mean, you'll notice, I'm in the middle of so many books. I can read more than one book at a time. I just love doing that. So, some of these books are books that I have had out before in library hauls that you may see again. Also, I may have some books that I was just thinking, did I already do a library haul? I feel like I've done a library haul in the last while, but we're doing another one. And, like I said, I'm not going to finish them all this month, but let's just get started. You're here for the books. Okay, so I've got some books over here. We have The Lost Queen by Signia Pike. I don't know what this is about, but it's got deckled edges. I do not like deckled edges. I don't like them. But it's a big book. I don't know what it's about. It's a fantasy that I saw on probably someone's YouTube channel. Don't remember who. I'm just going to read the beginning. Already being compared to Outlander in the Mists of Avalon, this spellbinding debut introduces Lagerith, a forgotten queen of 6th century Scotland, and twin sister of the man who inspired the legend of Merlin. Interesting. So this book is due at my library soon, so I need to read that. This book will be featured in a vlog that I'm doing soon. It's called Word Perfect by Susie Dent. This book is about words, and each day it goes through the calendar year, and each day it has a word about something in history that happened in history on that day, and it has a weird word like, let's see, June 5th, Pacific. That's not a weird word. Oh, here's one, June 6th, Snout Fair. And it just describes what it is and the origins of the word and everything. I am a big word nerd. I love words, and I love learning the linguistics of it. And if I had gone to college and university, I would have loved to study linguistics, or what's the other word? Etymology? I can't think of the word. Etymology, I think is the word, but linguistics, basically. I would have loved that. So I'm enjoying that, slowly going through that. We have this book that I really need to finish real soon. It is Kristen Hanna, Winter Garden. I am doing a video. I'm going to start a video with this book and read a bunch of Kristen Hanna books. So you can look forward to that. This is an emotional book. Winter Garden is one woman's sweeping, heartbreaking story of loss, love, and redemption. At once an epic love story set in World War II, Russia, and an intimate portrait of contemporary mothers and daughters poised at the crossroads of their lives. It explores the heartbreak of war, the cost of survival, and the ultimate triumph of the human spirit. It is a novel that will haunt the reader long after the last page is turned. Need I say more? I love Kristen Hanna's books. I have read Nightingale, which is probably still my favorite, and I've read The Great Alone, and I do have down on that shelf, I own oh my goodness, my leg's cramping up already. That's not good. I do have The Magic Hour. Is that what it's called? I could just turn around and look, but why would I do that? I think it's called The Magic Hour. I do own that book as well. I've also read The Four Winds. I have started this book. It is very heartbreaking. I need to finish that like today or tomorrow. So, a new book that just came out is Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales. This was written, that T, whenever they do that font with that T, I always think it's F. The Lost Fails. Anyways, this is by Heather Fawcett. It is the third book in the Emily Wilde series, and I'm looking forward to reading this. I have started it. I only read a chapter, but I'm looking forward to reading this. What I love about these books is they do have footnotes that are fun. So the first book was called Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. And in that book we follow Emily Wilde as she travels to Antarctica, I think? Norway? Somewhere. I can't remember where. For some reason, I think it's Norway. But anyways, she goes somewhere cold. And I don't even know if Norway is cold. I don't know geography, but somewhere where it's cold. And she goes to research fairies that exist in this world. And her nemesis, Wendell, comes up and helps her, and she reluctantly agrees, and a romance happens. And the second book I loved just as much, and this is the third book. Another book I have to finish soon is I Think I Was Murdered by Colleen Coble and Rick Acker. I just heard it was good. This book is about a woman who, I believe she has an AI chatbot, and her husband has died, and the AI chatbot talks in her husband's voice, so she talks to it, and out of the blue it just says, I think I was murdered at one point, so she goes to solve the murder. Another new book, we have Rebel Witch by Kristen I can't talk today. Cicerelli. This is the second book in the Crimson Moth. The first book in Canada is called Heartless Hunter. In UK, it's called Crimson Moth. I don't know why they changed the title, but here in Canada, it's the Crimson Moth series, but the first book is called Heartless Hunter. Why? I don't know. Anyways, Rebel Witch is the second book. I'm nervous to read this just because I really enjoyed the first book. If you know, I am a Christian. There's a Jesus picture right there. Which is not really a good picture, because, I mean, it's a good picture because he's like the shepherd, but I mean, the thing is Jesus was not white and blonde haired, and in every picture I've ever seen of Jesus, he's white with blonde hair, and it bugs me. Anyways, I do love that picture though. My mom bought it for me. My mom and dad bought it for me when I was 16, 17, somewhere around there. And it meant so much to me. My mom used to tell me that the little lamb that he was holding in the picture was me. And it's beautiful. Anyways, that was off point. I am a Christian, and I don't mind reading about witches and stuff like that, as long as it's very fantastical. The way the book ended in the last book makes me think it could go too dark for me. Not as far as giving me nightmares or anything. It's just something I have a line I won't cross in what I want to read. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm hoping it doesn't go that route, because I would love to read this, but if it does, I will DNF it, but hopefully it won't be that way. So the first book is called Heartless Hunter. It is about our girl. What is her name? I forget her name. But she is a witch who's hiding in society because witches are to be killed, and she's trying to free all the witches that are being taken and kidnapped and killed. And so she tries to rescue them in this underground kind of society type thing, that she tries to rescue them, but at the same time she is fake dating the guard man of the queen who catches the witches and kills them. So he doesn't know she's a witch, or does he? And she doesn't know that he knows I'm not explaining it. I don't remember exactly what happens. But it was an interesting book. I remember the ending, so that's good, because hopefully this will pick up right at the ending. I'm just hoping it doesn't go too dark, you know what I mean? Anyways, in the first book, they have fake dating, but each of them is hiding something and are using the other person to get information on something, but the other person doesn't know that they're doing that. So it's kind of fun. I did like the romance. I just don't know if I like the witch part. If you know, you know. Then I have Better Together by Christine Riccio. I love Christine. I watch her on Poland Banana Books, her YouTube channel. I watched her for many years, and then I watched her on These Forking Fangirls, her podcast, and I just love her, so I got that book. This is a book about, it's got two different covers, that's cool, eh? And it is a book about a 20-something-year-old woman. It's a Freaky Friday Parent Trap type book. Those are the comps. So, this girl goes to a camp and to try and find herself, kind of thing, and she meets her long lost sister that she didn't know existed, and fun ensues, and I'm loving that book. Okay, now we're going to the shelf. I'm gonna move this and turn around a bit. I apologize. Okay. First, we have another Christine Riccio. I'm so sorry, I can't say her name. Attached at the Hip. This is a survivor type romance. And they're in their 20s, and they're actually like tied together by rope, and they have to complete challenges. And I believe they're exes. Not sure, but it sounds good. And again, it's by Christine, so I'll read it. I do have her first book, Again But Better, out on audio. Then I saw a video on the nonfictions of the Women's Prize Nonfiction long list, and I got some recommendations, and I'm kind of wanting to read nonfiction. So I have The Wicked Boy by Kate Summerscale. This is the mystery of a Victorian child murderer, and this is about, I don't even know. It's about a boy named Robert who kills some people at the age, he's 13 when he kills people. Kills his parents, something like that, in the Victorian ages. I just want to read that. I don't know. I'm kind of in my true crime era. Then we have, this book was nominated for the, is it Women's Prize or Booker Prize? I can't remember, but for the nonfiction, I think it's the Women's Prize. This is Agent Zoe, or Z-O, I'm not sure, The Untold Story of a Fearless World War II Resistant Fighter by Claire Mully. And it's got pictures, and I love women's stories of the women who did so much in wars and never got credit until now, and I'm excited to read that. We're going faster. This one is by Naomi Watts. This is Dare I Say It? Everything I Wish I'd Known About Menopause. I am going through perimenopause right now, so I really wanted to read this before I go to my doctor in March. And it's February 27th now. Is it 27th? It's 26th today, so I really need to finish this. It's quite a short book. It's very interesting. Naomi Watts is an actor, and this book was very informational to me. I read probably about half of it already, and I lost my bookmark, but I'm getting so much information, and if you don't know much about menopause or perimenopause, I do recommend this book. It is very well informed, and it's up to date. It's not like out of date things. It's very up to date. So a lot of research has gone into women's health, and I'm loving that. So going to take notes and finish that. Middle grade March starts in March, so I have a couple middle grade books. I also have Amari and the Despicable Wonders at the library for me to pick up soon. I don't think I ever finished that book, and I really want to finish it, so that one. And then I also have Julia and the Shark by Kieran Millwood Hargrave, illustrated by Tom DeFreston. This, I don't know what it's about. I've just heard beautiful things about it, and the pictures are just, yeah. I don't know what it's about. I think it's about grief. No, it's not about grief. Okay. It just sounds really good. I have no idea what it's about. I just heard on a lot of people's channel that this is very good. So I'm sorry, I don't know what it's about. I don't want to know, really. And then we have the Weston game. This was a winner of the Newbery Medal. When was it? Hang on. This was published originally in... first published in 1978. So this would have probably been the winner of the 1979. Is that right? Yeah, Newbery. It's a middle grade mystery, and I've been wanting to read it for a long time. This says, a bizarre chain of events begins when 16 unlikely people gather for the reading of Samuel W. Westing's will. And though no one knows why, the eccentric game-loving millionaire has chosen a virtual stranger and a possible murderer to inherit his vast fortune. One thing's for sure. Sam Westing may be dead, but that won't stop him from playing one last game. Ooh, this is kind of like inheritance games. I did not know that. I'm very interested in reading that. March Mystery Madness happens in March. By the way, Middle Grade March is hosted by Krista at Books and Jams, Lindsay at Lindsay's Little Library, and Sarah at Sarah's Nightstand. I believe those are the hosts. I will link them below. March Mystery Madness is hosted by Lizzie or Elizabeth at Lizzie Phelan's Books. And I believe there are other co-hosts. I haven't watched her video, so not yet. I'm going to have to watch that today. I will link it below, the hosts for that as well. I will watch it as soon as I'm done this video, promise, and link them all below. But March Mystery Madness, for middle grade March and March Mystery Madness, I usually just read that genre. So middle grade, of course, is not genre, it's an age category, but I usually just read a bunch of middle grade that month. There are prompts. I don't usually go by the prompts. And the same for March Mystery Madness, which is why I haven't watched the video from Lizzie yet. But I do want to read some mystery. I mean, I read mysteries every month anyways. So this is Murder in Masquerade, A Lady of Letters mystery by Mary Winters. I have read half of this before and DNF'd it, but I really want to read it again. I really want to start from the beginning and really enjoy it. This is the large print edition, and the first book was Murder in Postscript, I believe, and I do have the third book on ebook with an e-arc. Video coming soon about e-arcs, because I have a lot of them. And so I really want to read this. The first book, Murder in Postscript, follows a lady named Countess Amelia Amesbury, and she I believe has lost a fortune, and she goes and becomes kind of like a Dear Abby type writer, secretly, kind of like Lady Whistledown kind of thing. And yeah, it solves murders. This book has been on my TBR library haul so many times. It is Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. This is the third book in the Shadow and Bone series trilogy. I just need to finish this. I was enjoying it when I was reading it. Had to bring it back to the library, so I need to finish that. We have another nonfiction. This book has also been on my library haul before. This is Agatha Christie by Lucy Worsley. This is not what it's called. It's called something else. I didn't think it was called Agatha Christie. I think it was called Agatha Christie and then a sub-name, but I can't find it. On audiobook, it has a different name, but this is a book by Lucy Worsley. If you know, I read the book about Jane Austen at Home by Lucy Worsley, and she is a British author who writes a lot of historical biographies, as well as she has a few TV shows on Netflix and stuff about history, and I love her writing. She writes very much like it's fiction. Sometimes you forget while you're reading it that it's actually happened in real life, because it just feels like fiction, and I love that. Apparently, this spoils a lot of Agatha Christie's books, so just warning. I don't mind. I basically know what happens in most of the books, even if I haven't read them. I've watched the shows and movies, so. The Ballad of Darcy and Russell by Morgan Matson. I have started this one again, haven't finished it. This is, Morgan Matson's an author that I used to love reading. She writes YA romance. She does have a middle grade out as well, but I haven't read that. But this book was a 2023, I believe, release. My first and favorite book of hers was The Unexpected Everything. This is a 2024 release, so I'm looking forward to reading that. This is about a girl, Darcy, who goes on her own to this concert thing and gets stuck in a little town with no phone service, and the bus has a flat tire, and she meets a guy named Russell, and they kind of have adventures in this little town. Another mystery is A New Lease to Death, On Death by Olivia Black. This has been, I feel like I've done this video already. This has been on library vlogs before. This is a mystery about a ghost and helps to solve murders. And I love the little skull. Then we have, this is a book I read, and it's been on a library haul before, but I read it back about 25 years ago, 20 years ago, somewhere around there, and I just want to start series again. This is Vienna Prelude by Bodie and Brock Taney. That is pronounced Taney. I know it looks Thone, but it is pronounced Taney. And I want to read this so bad. I don't remember much about it. I just remember it has to do with a violin and orchestra in Germany during the war, like World War II. I don't know. It's a Christian fiction, has faith aspects, and I just want to read it. This was one of my mom's favorite series. This and the, what was it? Something Chronicles, Vienna Chronicles. Is that what it was called? Vienna Prelude and the, I don't know, Zion Chronicles. Is that what it was called? I think that's what it was called. Yes, this is the Zion Covenant book one, and the follow-up series is the Zion Chronicles. I'm running out of room. I am running out of room. Okay. Then we have The Dance Tree by Kieran Millwood Hargrave. Oh, we have another book by that person. Who was it? Which book was it? Oh, that was the author Julian the Shark. Cool. Did not know I did that. So this is a book about the dancing plague that took over in 1518. Wow, I was way off. In 1518, and it just sounds good. It's a literary fiction, and I'm just looking forward to reading that. There is Karen. Love it, love it, love it. This is her second novel. Maybe she didn't write, or they didn't write. Now I'm second guessing myself. Who was it that I mentioned that? Which book was it? I don't know. Anyways, I'm looking forward to reading this. Here it is, Julian Shark. It is the same author. Okay, I wasn't going crazy. I mean, we all know I'm already crazy, so. The Lovely War by Julie Berry. I'm loving this so far. I've only read 44 pages, but I'm loving it. It is a book about two people who fall in love during a war, and the people who are narrating, the beings that are narrating the story are gods, like Roman gods or ancient gods. Aphrodite and some other god. So it's very interesting. It's very literary, and I've heard it's just a tearjerker, so I was in a tearjerker mood apparently. Peach Tea Smash, is that right? Yeah, Peach Tea Smash by Laura Childs. This is the newest book in the Tea Shop Mysteries. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, Tea Shop Mystery. This is one of my favorite cozy mystery series, and look forward to reading this. In here we follow Theodosia Browning, and in this one she runs a tea shop, and in this one she is at a Mad Hatter masquerade, and someone is killed, and she solves it. Apparently, I mean, I know she solves it because she always does. It is a long running series. Listen, I have down there, you can kind of see them right there, are my Hunger Game books. And the next book in the Hunger Games Haymitch's story is coming out in March. I have not read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, and I have not finished reading the Hunger Games trilogy. I know, it's shocking to even me, but I've seen the movies. I just have not read them, so I want to read them and then read this. Will I get it done? I don't know, but that's done. I have the new book on hold at my library because you can, like, they let you know what books they're ordering, and I put it on hold. This is Dead, Tired, and Expectant Detectives Mystery by Kat Ailes. This is the second or third. I think this is the second book. Ooh, Oprah blurbed this. Cool. This is I believe it's the second book in this series. In the first book, we follow 4 ladies, I believe it's 4 ladies, who are all pregnant. There's a lot of pregnancy jokes in it, and I love it. And they solve a murder. And in this one, it's like 6 or 9 months later, and they all have had their kids, and it's it's very funny. I relate so much more to this book than to the other one because I have never been pregnant. I mean, I believe I have had a miscarriage, but it was so early on that I don't even know for sure if I was pregnant or not. So some of the jokes in the first book and the relatability I didn't really connect to, even though I got it, I understood. I still have never lived that, so I didn't really connect to it. This I connect to because I am, up until a year and a half ago, I was a babysitter / nanny for about over 30 years. And so a lot of the things to do with little ones and what they do and the way they think and the way adults react to what the kids do and mothers in particular react, it was a lot of fun. So I haven't finished it yet. I am on page, like I said, I've started a lot of books. I'm on page 107 and I'm loving it so far. There is a murder mystery as well and I'm loving it. Okay, we're going to start putting these books back. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves. We're just going to put these here. I just love this tier, this 5-tier cart. It was so easy to put together. It's not as stable as like some of them are, but I love it. Okay. We'll put this here. Okay, we'll leave that there. Next, I really enjoyed Rebecca Ross's Divine Rivals duology. So this is A River Enchantment by Rebecca Ross. Did I say Rebecca Ross? I'm not sure. This is by Rebecca Ross. And I want to read this. This is, I believe, her first fantasy book. I don't even know what it's about, and really I don't want to know what it's about. I like going into fantasy books without knowing too much. So I'm sorry, I don't know about that. But then I got A Far Wilder Magic by Alison Saft. I did enjoy A Fragile Enchantment. I think that's what it was called, by this author. And this one, again, I don't know much about it. I think it's about a witch, but I'm not sure. I want to read that. This book I was supposed to have brought back, but I couldn't find it, so now I found it. This is You Belong With Me by Mary McFarlane. I tried reading one of her books, and I just could not. It seemed very juvenile to me, but not in a good way. The characters, I don't remember if it was this book or a different book. No, it was a different book. And there was just so many passing gas strokes and just weird. To me, it read weird. It read like they were 10-year-olds and they were supposed to be 34. And usually I don't mind that, but it just really bugged me this time. So I'm going to take that one back. But I've heard she's really good. I just didn't enjoy it. So this is a romance book. Closed door, I believe. It does have a lot of swearing in it, though, just so you know. I will not be reading that or that author, I don't think. I mean, never say never. I've heard Readathons. Never say never, but I don't think I'll be reading that author. If you enjoy her, that's great, but I didn't. Next, we have another cozy mystery. This is the first in a new series, 6 Feet Deep Dish by Mindy Quigley. It's not, I believe it was published earlier on 2022, so there's probably 2 or 3 more books in the series, but this book is about a pizza parlor, and there's the skull. If you look at cozy mysteries, there's always a skull in the covers, and I don't know much about it. All I know is it's a pizza parlor and she solves murders and there's a cat. That's all I need to know. That's all. Okay, we're almost done. We have The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. Again, don't know what it's about. I saw a review of it. I don't remember what the review said. They just said it was really good, and I thought, okay, I'll get it. it's a fantasy book. I'm easily influenced when it comes to books. So the print is the font is quite big. Is this a large print? No, this isn't a large print. But it's very thick page, like thick. What am I trying to say? It's a big book, but the print is quite big. I believe it's a YA fantasy. I'm not sure. I don't remember anything about it. Like I said, I enjoy going into fantasy not knowing. So, no, I keep going down there. Next, we have a book that has been on my, I believe it's been on my library hauls before. This is Games Untold. It just says Love is Power. That's not what it's called. But this is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is an Inheritance Games collection. It's got, I believe it has short stories. I'm not sure. But this is part of the Inheritance Games series. It came out last year, I believe, and I'm just looking forward to reading it. I have started it. I don't know the timeline of when this was supposed to happen. I can't remember, but it's not like, I think it's after the original Inheritance Games, but before. Is it before what is that other book that I just read? The book that came out before this. I know you're screaming it at me. Okay, yes, they are short stories. The Grandest Game. So this is part of the Grandest Game series. I did not know that. I thought it was part of the Inheritance Games. But the Grandest Game was the first book. This is short stories that happened around the Grandest Game. And then the next book coming out is going to be called Glorious Rivals, which I have, again, on hold at my library for when they order it. But I really want to read that. So the Inheritance Games follows Avery. The original trilogy follows, or 4 books, follows Avery. And she is a young person, teenager, 18-year-old, somewhere around there. And she gets brought to this expensive palace and says, you have inherited a bunch of money, like billions of dollars, and she doesn't know that how she inherited it. She doesn't know the person who died. He he has some grandsons, and as part of the will, he told her that she has to live in this big mansion with the grandsons and his daughters and stuff for a year to be able to get... Why am I choking up? I'm so sorry. To get the inheritance. And there's a bit of a love triangle in the first book. It does not go on. She does make a choice, but just so you know, there is a bit of a love triangle. And I really enjoyed that series, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Again, it's short stories. Oh, I gotta get this done. I can't talk long without choking, if you haven't noticed. Okay. I am in my Victorian era. This is Mrs. Robson's Disgrace, The Private Diary of a Victorian Lady by Kate Summerscale, who also wrote another book that I had here. I think it was The Wicked Boy. This is just a diary entries. I believe it's nonfiction. Maybe it's not. I'm not sure, but it's about a Victorian woman and her diary. And she had an affair. I don't remember exactly. I just heard it was good. And there's such a shine to that, but it's beautiful. Okay. Another nonfiction that's in the, is it in the Booker, the Women's Prize for Nonfiction 2024. Yes, I think it is. By Rachel Clark. This is the story of a heart, about a person who, I think it's another child who donates a heart, or they donate the child's heart, and it just sounds like a tearjerker, and I want to read that. because apparently I want to cry a lot. The Secret Life of Sarah Hollenbeck by Bethany Turner. I got this because the typewriter. As I said, I'm easily influenced. I believe this is a Christian fiction, or at least a clean fiction, about an author. I can't tell you. I don't know. I saw it on a, why does my hand always go there? I saw someone review it on a YouTube channel, and I was like, okay, like usual. So, I don't know what it's about. Let's find out what it's about. Up to now, Sarah Hollenbeck made her very comfortable living as a something. This has covered some of the summary. Becoming a Christian is the best and worst thing that's ever happened to Sarah Hollenbeck. So it is a Christian fiction. It just sounds good. Again, it's covering some. I don't know why. Another cozy mystery is Survival of the Fritters by Ginger Bolton. I believe Beach Bum Bookworm, Tiffany, I believe she recommended those series. I don't remember for sure she did, but it's a cozy mystery. It's got a cat. It's got donuts. What more can I say? We have another cozy mystery by Reese Bowen. This is The Last Mrs. Summers, a Royal Spinous mystery. This has been in many library halls again, and I still haven't finished it. So this is one of the books in the Royal Spinous Mysteries. This is a large print book, and it's about Georgie, who is something like 30-something or whatever to the in line to the crown, and so she's never going to be queen, but she knows, like, royalty. And she solves murders. And I'm excited to read that. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. 2 more. These are all in the same series. We have Case of the Blues by Karina Moss. This is a two-shot mystery. Here is the one I'm currently reading, Curds of Prey. And then we have A Fondue or Die. I read the first book probably about a year ago. Really enjoyed it. Just know when you read these, you will want cheese. Just a warning. It's very descriptive of the cheese, and it's so good. I'm looking for the skulls. Sorry, when I first learned that there are skulls in all the cozy mystery covers, that's the first thing I look for now. So there it is, right there. Where is the skull in this one? Oh, it's right there in the cheese. You can't see it. And then, where is it in this one? It's hiding. Oh, is that it? I think that's it. Oh no, it's right here. Right there. Okay, anyways. Those are all the books I have from my library haul. Wait, I see another one. I lied. I have another one. This is Tess of the D'Urbervilles by Thomas Hardy. I saw a spoiler-filled video a couple years ago on this, and I just really want to read it now. Yes, I know what happens at the end, but I just want to read it. It's a classic, and I want to read it, so I caught that. That is it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some good ideas of books you might want to buy or get from the library. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day or night. And God bless. Bye, guys. See you next time.